Thank you so much to the entire team of organizers for putting together this absolutely fantastic conference and for giving me the opportunity to participate in this panel. I think this panel is especially timely since the first phase of voting for the 2024 national parliamentary election in India is going to occur just next week. So I'll be presenting about social media and in-person mass campaigns while drawing on my dissertation research. This includes quantitative as well as qualitative evidence from intensive fieldwork that I carried out across multiple party campaigns in North India, in particular in the states of Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh from 2019 to 2022. India epitomizes the communication technology revolution that is transpiring across the globe. In the 1980s, it could take months to obtain a new landline phone connection, which was considered a luxury at the time. However, fast forward just a few decades, and what we see is this widespread use of internet enabled phones, i.e., smartphones. These phones today can be bought over the counter within minutes, and their rapidly growing use has been enabled by their affordable prices as well as mobile internet data, which is amongst the cheapest in the world. By 2022, smartphone penetration in the country had reached around 66%, and by 2026, 1 billion smartphone users are predicted in India. Smartphones are the primary device that Indians use to access social media and messaging apps such as WhatsApp. India's political parties have increasingly turned to social media and the messaging app WhatsApp in their campaigns, leading observers to characterize the 2019 national parliamentary election in the country as the WhatsApp election. Oh, so the slides are not moving. Okay. Uh, so, uh, however, alongside this proliferation of smartphone and social media usage, which allows for low-cost party voter communication, India's parties continue to conduct in-person mass campaign rallies, which are especially ubiquitous during election season. For instance, prior to India's 2019 national parliamentary election, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi each addressed around 140 in-person mass rallies during the official 2-month campaign. These were accompanied by even more rallies featuring high level party leaders known as star campaigners in India in the lead up to the 2019 national parliamentary election. Many of these rallies are truly massive events with several thousands in attendance, as shown in these visuals on the screen. In fact, nationally representative surveys conducted by the Lokniti program at the Center for the Study of Developing Societies, CSDS, revealed that during campaigns from 1999 to 2019, the share of voters in India attending election meetings or rallies has remained about stable at 20%. The ongoing prevalence of mass campaign rallies in the digital age today motivates a broader question about party campaigns in India. Why do expensive, labor intensive, and time consuming in person mass campaign rallies persist at a time when there are cheaper ways for parties to conduct more targeted outreach online? More specifically, how is it that internet based communication technologies, including social media, are shaping party campaigns in India today? A face to face survey that I conducted with approximately 4,000 voters in Uttar Pradesh in 2022, just after the state elections were organized there, revealed that voters consider in person campaigning to be of high importance for voter outreach. In the survey, each voter was asked to rank the importance of 5 campaign activities: door to door campaigning, mass campaign rallies, campaigning on social media, party advertisements on TV and radio, and party advertisements on roadside public posters and billboards. For smaller regional parties, 73% of surveyed voters considered in person campaigning, including door to door campaigning and mass campaign rallies, to be, to be the most important campaign activity that parties should conduct for voter outreach. Even for national level large political parties such as the BJP and the INC or the Congress Party, nearly 54% of the surveyed voters considered in person campaigning to be of the greatest importance. Given how highly voters rank in person campaigning, it is unlikely to be displaced by campaigning on social media or other modes of campaigning. Existing scholarship on how the growing use of the internet and new communication technologies, broadly defined, will affect party campaign strategy is divided into two schools of thought. The first originates from an optimistic view that posits that the internet can reform politics. It is known as the innovation hypothesis, and it holds that as internet use becomes more widespread, party campaigns conducted on social media will substitute for in person, traditional, physical forms of party campaigns. Proponents of this theory expect digital technologies to fundamentally upend campaign politics, rendering physical campaigning to become kind of obsolete. This prediction, which is predicated on a logic of technological determinism, implies that a party can potentially run a successful campaign entirely online without much of a ground presence. On the other hand, the second school of thought, often summarized under the normalization hypothesis, suggests that even as internet use increases, a party's online campaigns will only supplement traditional in person campaign activities. This logic holds that in person campaigning is expected to remain central to party strategy, ultimately resulting in politics as usual. In the digital age, physical campaigning is expected to merely be replicated online. This theory suggests that in the future, parties may merely live stream, for instance, in person campaign events on social media. However, evidence from recent election campaigns in India does not easily align with either of these hypotheses. Online party campaigns have not replaced in person party campaigns, and traditional in person forms of party campaigns are not simply being reproduced on social media. In my research, I find that party campaigns in India leverage a content complementarity, which I define as a mutually reinforcing synergistic relationship between online and in person campaigning. Social media creates a perpetual demand for online content, and mass campaign rallies are able to provide that valuable content to parties. Moreover, the demand for online content and its anticipated persuasive and mobilizing effects also shapes how parties conduct in person physical campaigning, especially mass campaign rallies. Previously, scholars have found that parties' campaign rallies achieve a range of purposes, such as solving asymmetric information within a party and enabling clientelistic exchanges between parties and voters. In addition, my research demonstrates that in today's digital age, rallies provide parties with online content and online material. This added purpose of rallies boosts their importance today. In advance of an upcoming rally, a party will broadcast information about it on social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and WhatsApp to mobilize lower party functionaries and voters. After a rally's conclusion, the party will select specific photographs, speech excerpts, sound bites, and displays of enthusiasm from the rally to share on social media. In an increasingly online world, a party must show voters real world evidence that it has support from other voters like them. Voters see this real world evidence as vital in evaluating a party's fit with their interests. Voters also interpret physical campaigning as indicative of a party's prospects for electoral success. A party's concurrent use of different modes of campaigning extends a rally's shelf life, giving it a pre life and an afterlife on social media. The rally organizing party can bypass mainstream media, disseminating rally content on social media. For the rally organizing party, the benefits of a rally event are no longer limited to reaching those who physically attend such rallies. Rather, through content that gets circulated on social media that comes from the sites of rallies, a rally's effects travel to voters' smartphones, transcending a rally's time and place. Social media content from in person campaign rallies simultaneously, hence, can influence voter perceptions of the rally organizing party and mobilize voters for the party's future rallies, especially those who are exposed to this content online. Content complementarity manifests most explicitly in content about rally crowds. Because rally crowds provide ready made content to parties for online engagement, they are high stake endeavors laden with great risks if they flop and with great rewards if they succeed. Photographs and videos revealing low turnout, for example, are fodder for an opposition party to exploit on social media to mock the rally organizing party for its apparent lack of support. This can negatively impact voter perceptions of the rally organizing party and demobilize voters from participating in that party's campaign. On the other hand, if a large crowd turns out for a rally, the rally organizing party can boast about that large crowd turnout on social media. This can positively influence voter perceptions and mobilize voters to participate in that party's campaign. To investigate the party's use of content complementarity, I examined partisan tweets during recent state election campaigns held in Uttar Pradesh in 2022 and in Madhya Pradesh in 2023. For Uttar Pradesh, I analyzed content of the official Twitter handles of the BJP in Uttar Pradesh and the Samajwadi Party as well, which were the two most competitive parties in the 2022 state election in this state. My content analysis of nearly 9,300 tweets that appeared from these official two party handles during the campaign period revealed that around 40% of partisan tweets included rally content. For both the BJP and the SP, among the tweets that contained rally content, at least 75% of the tweets included post rally content, that is, content that came from a rally site but was put online after the conclusion or after the on site conclusion of the rally. For Madhya Pradesh, I examined content on the official Twitter handles of the state units of the BJP and the INC or the Congress party. My content analysis of around 3,100 tweets that appeared from these two official party handles during the 2023 state election campaign period uncovered a similar pattern. Around 35% of tweets contain rally content for both the parties, and of these tweets, almost 70% of the content was post rally content. So, a remarkable percentage of partisan Twitter data contained rally content, and a striking proportion of this was post rally content, which typically consisted of photographs of rally crowds, photographs of a party's campaigner, as well as videos of a campaign rally speech. So, uh, just to give you some examples of the kind of rally content I'm talking about, here is one on the left side, there is an example of a tweet from the BJP in UP. And on the right hand side, you have the example of a tweet from the Samajwadi Party in UP. And what is revealed here is that this content is, highly visual, a lot of photographs from that side of the rally, which make its way to Twitter. On Twitter, parties also boasted about historic crowd sizes at their rallies. For instance, in one tweet, which included an accompanying video with visuals of large rally crowds, displayed here again on the left side, the BJP for UP Twitter handle said, "जन सैलाब फिर से इतिहास लिखने जा रहा है, यूपी में फिर से कमल खिलने जा रहा है." In other words, the flood of people is going to write history. The lotus, referring to the election symbol of the BJP, is going to bloom again in UP. In another tweet, which included a video with a speech excerpt that referred also to a large crowd that had gathered at the rally site of a Samajwadi Party rally, the Samajwadi Party official Twitter handle, as shown on the right hand side of this slide, said ऐतिहासिक जनसमर्थन बता रहा है बदलाव होने जा रहा है. In other words, this historic people support is telling us that change is going to happen. Party circulation of post rally content is not limited to Twitter. Among the approximately 400 party functionaries of the BJP and the SP that I surveyed in Uttar Pradesh in 2022, 90% said that they had posted photographs and or videos from their party's rallies on WhatsApp and or on Facebook. Moreover, amongst the nearly 2,000 voters who I surveyed in Uttar Pradesh after the 2022 state election held there, these voters who were smartphone users, 53% reported having seen photographs and or videos of campaign rallies on their smartphones at least once a day in the lead up to the election. This repeated exposure to rally content has the potential to influence voter perceptions as well as voter mobilization. In addition to leveraging content complementarity for party voter communication, parties also utilize this complementarity to build and maintain intra party linkages. Each of India's major political parties today has an organizational vertical, variously referred to as the IT and social media cell, department, team, or wing, which is dedicated to generating and circulating social media content. In fact, content creation and content dissemination are amongst the core functions of these verticals, which operate from a party's typically topmost level, which might be at the state or the national level, down to its lowest tier, which in some cases is the polling booth level. The demand for intra party online content raises the importance of in person party events and shapes how these events are conducted. Online content, which is associated with in person party events, also fosters intra party online engagement between party elites, party functionaries across hierarchy levels of a party, and grassroots level party workers. For instance, after an in person party event, by sharing content from that event in which they participated, party elites and functionaries operating, especially at a party's middle and high levels, can cast themselves as role models, attempting to inspire those who are below them in a party's organizational hierarchy. On the other hand, lower level party functionaries and party workers, when they share content from in person party events that they have participated in, they're using that on social media to signal their ability and loyalty to a party's higher ups. To disseminate online content, political parties, of course, must establish robust online networks. In my survey of party functionaries in UP after the 2022 state elections, I found that Facebook and WhatsApp were used almost universally by the surveyed party functionaries for party purposes. In fact, 66% of the surveyed party functionaries said that they had formed new political WhatsApp groups during the party's campaign for the 2022 UP state election. Among those who had formed these groups, roughly 70% reported that they had mostly included their party's workers and supporters in these groups, while the remainder reported that they had mostly included voters in these groups. Strikingly, of the party functionaries who had formed WhatsApp groups with voters, around 65% said that they had obtained voters' phone numbers through door to door visits, suggesting another kind of complementarity between a party's in person and online outreach. To understand how often party functionaries communicate over WhatsApp for party purposes, I asked them in the survey about how many times in a day they use WhatsApp for intra party communication, as well as how many times they used WhatsApp for voter communication. On average, during the 2022 state election in Uttar Pradesh, BJP functionaries said that they had used WhatsApp to communicate with other party functionaries and workers around 55 times per day during the campaign. For Samajwadi Party functionaries, this number was slightly lower at 48 times per day on average during the campaign. Both BJP as well as SP functionaries use WhatsApp to communicate with voters during the campaign as well. And on average, they reported this number to be between 40 to 50 times a day during the campaign. In the months following the election, when the survey was administered, the average number of times of day that these functionaries use WhatsApp for political communication reduced to about 15, so about one third of what it had been during the campaigns. However, what this does imply is that even without an upcoming election and associated campaigns, party functionaries use WhatsApp at least once every waking hour for both intra party communication as well as for voter communication. So, equipped with organizational resources as well as online networks which span across a party's levels, together with a steady stream of content, a significant share of which is linked with party events, parties today in India are engaging in continuous messaging on social media. I find that through messages that they circulate amongst their functionaries, their workers, as well as supporters, i.e., voters who are inclined towards the party, sort of this circulation of messages throughout the day, through that, parties are able to reinforce partisan inclination and keep this set of party functionaries, workers, as well as voters inclined towards the party in a state of constant mobilization. Finally, just like to end with saying that technological change propelled by the digital revolution, especially epitomized in the widespread use of social media, is shaping election campaigns and party organization in India. The BJP has been the leading party in the online space, but other parties are catching up. They are investing in establishing and building IT and social media units, as well as increasing their online presence. These investments can certainly bear fruit, but party leaders must recognize the limits of online only campaigns. In the 2024 election, as well as likely beyond, online campaigning is best utilized as a complement rather than as a substitute or simply adjunct to old fashioned retail politicking. Thank you very much.